The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel welcomes you to this edition of the Mayor's and Supervisors Weekly Update, brought to you by...
Each week, our community makes history. Each week, you make history. And each week, there's only one source to turn to for the first take on history. You know what that is? Subscribe to the Sentinel right now to discover the history being made in your own backyard.
The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. More than just your news, it's your history.
Hey, this is Chris Carosa, publisher of the Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. And each week we bring you the goings-on in the towns and villages in our coverage area. In the Mayor's and Supervisors Update, that's what you're watching now. So let's start off with Mike Falk in the town of Lima, and maybe a bit of a hint of Livingston County. Mike, what's going on?
Hello, Chris. Thanks for having us. Hope everybody's St. Patrick's Day was fantastic. The Livingston County Board of Supervisors has proclaimed March to be Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month all across Livingston County. Developmental disabilities affect more than 7 million Americans and their families, and is a broad term to describe an impairment in physical, learning, language, or behavior, including autism, cerebral palsy, attention deficit / hyperactivity disorder, learning or intellectual disabilities, hearing loss, vision impairment, or other developmental delays. Many individuals with developmental disabilities are vital, vibrant members of our communities who actively participate in social, economic, and civic life. The ARC Glow had the ceremony down in Mount Morris, and I would encourage you, if you do need specialty printing or any of the other services that they can provide, it does help to support those programs for the developmentally disabled. I would shift then to the New York State piece. I'm looking at the costshiftcountdown.com in the background here. The governor is still on track to shift more than $625 million in new costs onto local taxpayers starting April 1st. By shifting the Medicaid payment. The impact to Livingston County will be over $1 million that was not forecast starting on April 1st. Right now, the reasoning appears to be that they are going to take these funds and they're going to be fully funding the state reserves 2 years ahead of schedule by depositing $5.4 billion into these accounts before the end of fiscal year 2023, while also projecting a general fund surplus of $35 billion by the end of 24. Right now, all of the counties have signed up as being against this and are lobbying very hard, but there does not seem to have been any shift. And so we're at this point hopeful, but bracing for impact. March is also Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. The sign out in front of our town hall is quite large there about getting checked for colorectal cancer. It is the second leading cause of cancer death in New York, but it does not have to be. Watch for the signs. If you see blood on the paper, okay, that's hemorrhoids. But if you see blood in your stool, get to your doctor and get tested. There are a lot of different kinds of testing now, and you can work with your doctor to see which one is right for you. As a colorectal cancer survivor of over 17 years now, I would encourage you to avoid my 7 trips into the operating room and go get tested. And that's all I've got, Chris.
Hey, Mike, thanks a lot. Hey, Steve, so what's happening in Henrietta?
Got a lot of projects going on. I know you were asking folks what the hottest thing in the town is. For Henrietta, that's still got to be the announcement for the new county park that you covered last week. So I'll move on to other stuff that we've got going. We are currently tearing up the old courts, basketball court, tennis courts in our main park, the Veterans Memorial Park. We're in great need of repair, but we decided to expand it with all the additional pickleball play that we've been seeing in the area. We're now going to be redoing it as 2 basketball courts, 2 tennis courts, and 4 pickleball courts. They'll all be freshly paved, striped, and will be newly lit. They'll be open until 10 p.m. on most nights. So that should greatly increase the available space for Henrietta folks who want to play pickleball. I know there's a lot of contention for the outside pickleball court, so that should help a lot. We just announced our schedule. We've got about 40 streets that were scheduled for repaving or resurfacing, and that's in addition to the ball courts. So our town is paving the ball courts, and we're also, we're going to be paving the parking lot for the new town court. That's one of the confusing things, is we're building a brand new town court and we're building brand new sport courts. So that has led to some humorous confusion. Last week I was able to attend the ribbon cutting for the Fairy Godmothers at Marketplace Mall. So the Fairy Godmothers provide prom dresses for those who otherwise can't afford them. I think they're like $5 for a prom dress. They're in the mall all March long. They're open Saturdays 10 to 4 and Wednesdays 4 to 7. They're located across from Spencer's Gifts. So if you know somebody who is in need of financial assistance, essentially for a prom dress, that's where they should go. The Antoinette Brown Blackwell Society is accepting nominations for Henrietta Woman of the Year. So that's open to any Henrietta resident, who would obviously female resident. And the email for the nominations is quite long and complicated. So if anyone has an idea for a nomination, they can reach out to me at supervisor@henrietta.org, and I will put them in touch with the folks to get both the nomination form and where they can submit it. So other stuff we've got going on May 20th, there's a plant sale at Tinker Nature Park. It's done in conjunction with the Henrietta Garden Club. It starts at 9 a.m. and it goes till it sells out. And it pretty much sells out every year. So if you're interested in plants, get there early. And then Sunday, April 23rd, will be the induction dinner for the 2023 Henrietta Youth Hall of Fame class. They will be formally announced in the town newsletter, which should be coming to homes soon. It went to the presses Monday, so if it's not out this weekend, should be out early next week. And then finally, we have a Neighbor to Neighbor Celebration of Cultures. That's on May 13th, so I'm sure I'll be talking about that more down the road. But we have a very diverse community in Henrietta. There are 36 languages, primary folks, families who have 36 different primary languages in our school district. One of the things we've noticed is we don't get a lot of participation in some of our events from these new Americans, whether they're immigrants or refugees or however they came to live in Henrietta. So we're trying to reach out and get them more involved in the community. And we're partnering with the Rush Henrietta Central School District, as well as both the Interfaith Council and the Interracial Clergy Council. So we've got a number of groups who are working to put this event together, and we're very excited about it. We're going to have food trucks from, Nepali, which is actually the #1 primary language, if not English, in Henrietta. Halal, as Arabic is #2. Spanish cuisine, as that's #3. And I believe Indian is 4th. So, one of the things that I always say brings everybody together is food. When you look at, pick an ethnic holiday, it almost always centers around food, or, like a the Greek festival, or, you name the festival and it centers around food. So that's what we figure. That's a common denominator, and that'll get people out and involved, and we hope to go build from there. So that's about it.
All right. Thanks, Steve. John, over to you. What's going on in the town of Mendon?
Well, hope everyone had a very nice St. Patrick's Day and a safe St. Patrick's Day. I know spring is just around the corner because we've got more snow lately than we have over the last several weeks or even a month or so. A couple of things. One is that the town board will be having a special meeting on Monday, March 27th. That'll be at the Mendon Town Hall. And that meeting will have the agenda will be for amending the comprehensive plan regarding short-term rentals. So this is step one on short-term rentals in the town of Mendon, which is amending the comprehensive plan, as I said, and then we will be following that up with a local law and a public hearing on that as we progress through the proper system. So I encourage anyone who is interested in the short-term rental to attend that special town board meeting. We also have another special town board meeting 2 days later on Wednesday, March 29th. That is going to be at the Mendon Firehouse. And that will also include the commissioners from the Mendon Fire District and the mayor and trustees from the Honeoye Falls, the village of Honeoye Falls. That meeting is to discuss the findings of the committee that the town of Mendon put together regarding fire service within the town of Mendon. I certainly encourage all residents to attend that as well, because this is an important use of not only your tax dollars, but your also of the response to should you have to call 911 for a fire emergency. I'm going to, as many people know, there was a late night guy on TV who became pretty popular for his top 10 lists. Now, I'm not going to do a top 10 list every week. However, I'm going to try to hit one of the top 10 questions that we get at the Mendon Town Hall. And today I've selected this one, which we get frequently, which is, I'm selling my house and can you raise my assessment? That's a question we do get fairly frequently. And I just want to tell you that that is not how it works. The assessment is set by the assessor. The assessor is appointed by the town board. The town board does not have anything to do with setting assessments. And the assessor will set your assessment. If you disagree with what you have for an assessment, you can go to the grievance day, which is the fourth Tuesday in May. And you can, that's right at the Mendon Town Hall, and you can tell the assessor that you think your assessment is incorrect. However, it is incumbent upon the resident to prove what that the assessor is incorrect in their assessment, not for the assessor to prove that he is correct in your assessment. I also want to remind everybody to check the town website and Facebook page for updates periodically from time to time. We do generally make numerous posts throughout the week, and certainly keep track of that. And certainly feel free to call myself if it's anything to do with the town. And of course, if it's something to do with the highway department, certainly call over to the highway department and they'd be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, John. Anything else? Nope. Make sure I don't have anything else. Nope, I don't have. All right. Well, thanks for being here today. Thank you all for watching. Remember, this appears every Sunday at 1 p.m. on our Facebook page. Just like the page and you'll be notified when it airs. Or if you prefer YouTube, subscribe to that channel. Same time, same channel, YouTube channel, 1 p.m. Sunday, and you'll be notified when it starts there. That's all for this week. Thank you again. We'll see you all next week. Bye-bye for now.
Imagine yourself communicating with a difference. Pan-Dimensional Solutions helps you do this. Whether live spectator events, taped broadcasts, or real-time audience-engaging programs, you can benefit immediately from the tools Pan-Dimensional Solutions will share with you. Do you want to make a difference? Contact us at pandimensional.com.